What is up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Minecraft. It is your boy Cheeseburger Eddie, and as always, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today's video, we're going to be covering a very interesting topic: 7 starter farms in Minecraft Bedrock. All fairly simple tutorials that we have covered and we have included in the description. If you haven't already, make sure you check those out, and while you're at it, subscribe, leave a like, and make sure to share this with your friends. So let's jump right into it. Number 1 is the iron farm. Now, first of all, there are a variety of different iron farms out there. I tend to see that these larger ones work a little bit more efficiently and are a little bit more reliable in the aspect of actually getting iron golems to spawn. Now, the problem with these things is that they are a little difficult to build, especially in survival. But they are well worth it. As you can see, there are a ton of iron ingots, string, and poppies that you can get. We're just showing you a couple of different forms of this farm. A couple that I saw were from Voltrox, JC Plays. I've posted a few tutorials myself, but again, iron farms seem to be a very efficient way of getting the resource of iron ingots, or now raw iron, since it is 1.17. But if you need some iron, whether it's for hoppers, whether it's just for your general Minecraft world, make sure you have these in your Minecraft servers. Because one thing I did want to say is that a lot of people commented on these recent ones that I built that they do not work, but as you can see, these iron golems spawn at a pretty good rate and you get yourself unlimited iron as long as you follow the steps. And I'd make sure you definitely have this in your Minecraft world because iron is very useful. Next on the list we're going to go ahead and cover is a Cactus Farm. Cactus has several uses that you can use it for. Obviously for green dye, you can use it for XP purposes, which I recommend, but also just so many more things such as decorative pieces and all that other stuff. So we're going to touch base real quick. All you need to make a cactus farm is 1 block of any type, a piece of sand, dirt, or grass, and then a cactus piece. And you can find those in desert biomes fairly easy. And as long as you have one, you can obviously make as many as you want because they grow pretty rapidly, and then you can obviously keep growing them at a pretty good pace. And the great thing with cactus farms to me is that you can make this into a very OP XP farm by attaching a nice little super smelter below it. As long as you have yourself a fuel source like coal or dried kelp blocks, which we'll touch base on in a moment. Once you collect those furnaces down below, your XP levels will just go from 0 to 30 in just a couple of seconds, and we'll go and touch base on that as well in just a moment. Let's go ahead and touch base on our third farm. This is one that we again kind of touched base on recently. A lot of you might have already built this in your Minecraft worlds, but a potato farm or a crop farm of some type. Whether it's potatoes, carrots, wheat, or anything, you want to make sure you have yourself an unlimited supply of potatoes, in my opinion, because they're very important, especially for the XP farm that we'll touch base on soon. But potato farms, very useful, very easy to make. You can make this relatively early in your Minecraft world, and it is something I highly recommend, so make sure you check that one out. Next on the list, we're going to touch base on a very early game farm. A lot of people have done this, probably way back, 10 years ago, a sugarcane farm. This is something that you can obviously make plenty of, fairly simply, but to make a AFK, kind of staying away from your computer or just staying away from it in general and just let it stack up, all you need is an observer, a piston, and obviously some sugarcane to grow, and then just some hoppers to collect it into a chest. Boom. Easy as that. That's our number 4. Our number 5 is a kelp farm. The reason why I wanted to include this farm was for the sole fact that you can make dried kelp blocks. Now, if you were to use this as an XP farm, go for it. You'll get some XP. We'll touch base in a moment on a super OP XP farm, but this isn't really that great for XP purposes. But what it is good for is for the dried kelp that you can actually make into dried kelp blocks. And what you'll see is once you get a ton of this dried kelp and make dried kelp blocks, you can have yourself an unlimited source of dried kelp blocks, which we'll use as fuel not only for this build, but for every other build you need a cooking source for. So make sure you have yourself some type of kelp farm that can turn into a dried kelp block farm, because that is what you're looking for when it comes to this. And as you can see, there are a couple of designs that have been built out there. Again, the creators that I mentioned before all have these different types. Next on the list is going to be our mob farms. Now I know there's a variety of the different ones, such as creeper farms particularly. There's skeleton farms, zombie farms, all sorts of different ones out there. I recommend building the 2 that I think are the best, which are the creeper farm that you've just seen, and then a skeleton farm. Now this zombie one it still works for some reason. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it because zombies, I mean, they drop XP. They'll drop some decent items once in a while, such as potatoes, armor, obviously some weapons once in a while. But the ones that I like are the skeleton farms. All you have to find is a skeleton mob spawner. Obviously build around it a little, chamber of death, I like to call it. But what you can get from these farms are a ton of bow and arrows, a ton of arrows, a ton of bones, and some rare armor once in a while. Very beneficial. And as you can see, if you let them stack up really well, you can get yourself some decent XP. It just takes a nice little sword or axe or whatever you want to use to kill them so that you can actually get that mass amounts of XP. So again, I definitely think this is a well worth it farm to have in your Minecraft Bedrock world. So absolutely make sure you have that. And then last but not least, I wanted to make sure I always include this one because this is probably my favorite build of all time. And that's because it got me 275,000 views, but also because it's given me so many unlimited enchantments in my Minecraft world, and that is a simple XP farm. All you need is a couple of chests, a couple of hoppers, and a smoker. Now, I use potatoes. You can use any smeltable or cookable items, but if you have that potato farm that I mentioned earlier, as you can see, you can go from level 38 to, let's just see how far we can get in just a couple of moments. So let's go ahead and start collecting the potatoes. And as you can see, one click, we're at 44. A second click, we will be at, let's see, 48. So that's already about 10 levels. And then a third click, we are at 54. So about, 16 levels in the matter of seconds. So if you guys haven't built this one yet, I highly recommend it. It still works. It's, June 28th today. It's Minecraft 1.17 in Bedrock Edition. So you absolutely want to make sure you have this farm. Very simple, and again, it's for any crop, any cookable material. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're brand new, and hopefully we will see you in the next one. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one. Peace.